Welcome to Stump's Hot Rods. Today we are starting the teardown of the 283. Now we had talked in a short video before about whether or not I should freshen this engine up and use it inside the hot rod, the Model A. Well, it has been decided. I have it. It's in my garage, and let's check it out. Let's freshen it up. Let's see what we're working with. So in this video, I've put it on super fast speed, showing me clean the engine up a little before I start taking off the intake manifold and I take off the heads. What you'll find out is, as I did by watching this video, is that this is a nice, it's a decent 1957 block. The bores are very nice in this engine. The engine is very sludgy, very very full of grease and grime and just overall dirty. But anyway, I was going to take this video to share some things about the venerable 283 engine Chevrolet. So this block here is a 1957. That was the first year for the 283. Believe it or not, the 283 is a 4.6 liter V8. So in today's standards, they would call it a 4.6 liter. But the 283 was manufactured and put in vehicles for about 10 years, from 57 to about 67. It was offered in a lot of the cars. Corvette had it, 57 Chevy, as this one had it, but it was offered in a few different flavors. The base model, which, as you can see, this engine's a 2-barrel, it's a base model, that was about 185 horsepower, 275 pounds of torque. If you got the 4-barrel version, it was 220 horsepower, 300 foot-pounds of torque at 3,000 RPM. I'm going to upgrade this one to a 4-barrel. You could get this in a dual 4-barrel, which my buddy has collected an intake for this engine for a dual 4. Would be super cool to use it on the hot rod. That was good for about 270 horsepower, 285 foot-pounds of torque, a little bit less than the single 4-barrel in torque range. What's interesting too is that 1957 was the first year of fuel injection. So Chevrolet actually introduced a mechanical fuel injection in 1957. Those were usually, you could get those on the Corvette, you could get those on the 57 Chevy. The claim to fame with the fuel injection was that you could get 1 horsepower per cubic inch, and that was a record. Now this small block here is the 283, but the predecessor of the 283 was the 265, which was debuted in 1955. The 265 was the first small block Chevy. I'm sure a few of you have heard of Zora Arkus-Duntov, who was one of the lead engineers on that. But back to fuel injection, 1957, you could get the Rochester ramjet fuel injection system. It was mechanical fuel injection. They figured that there was about 1,000, maybe 1,040, 1,030 Corvettes. At least Corvettes were equipped with those. Rumors are around that fuel injection system are that they were notoriously not unreliable, but hard to tune, and were always needing some kind of fiddling. And people took their cars back to the dealer to have a regular 4-barrel swapped onto their car. But in any event, this 1 horsepower per cubic inch milestone was made Chevrolet very good in the competitive racing series. And they and actually the fuel injected version was banned from NASCAR in '57 because it was too good. Um, but looking at this engine, as you see, I got the intake off and look inside the lifter valley there. Um, Look how that thing is just so caked up with oil in there. If you look at that little canister, the little round canister there at the end of the engine, that looks like that's the spot where the PCV system, or I know it wasn't called PCV in this day and age, but because it exhausted to the ground out the back of the engine to vent the motor, but that thing is really caked down with oil, and I think it's probably blocked up. If you look down into the area where the vent tube goes, it could be blocked up. So I'm taking the heads off right now, or at least using the breaker bar to break up the bolts off the head. But anyway, the 283 was a 3-inch stroke, um, and it was combined with a 4-inch bore. Um, but that combined was used later on in the 327 to develop the 327 small block. So this engine was a basis for a lot to come. Like the 283 eventually evolved into the small block 350, which has been around for ages. So, you know, they go from a 283 cubic inch engine here with relatively anemic horsepower, but 185 horsepower back in the day for this engine was pretty good, considering that they used 6 cylinders, flat straight sixes before this in most of the GM cars. But so I got the heads off. Just look at the bores. I don't know if you can tell here. There's a lot of carbon in the tops of the pistons, but the bores, man, I'll show you in a minute. But I try to get closer to inspect the bores, but the bores are really good. There's no ridge on the top of the bore where the piston stops, but I took off the heads. You can see that the heads. I'm gonna wind up putting all this in for electrolysis and cleaning up all this, but I'm just getting it cleaned up, and I will let you know further on what we have here. Thank you for watching.